This morning we're going to talk about resistance, one of my favorite subjects. It's actually a favorite subject of everybody in the sense that everybody has to deal with their resistance. Whatever we resist persists. Negative feelings are resistant feelings. Anytime you feel negative, you're resisting something. Usually we resist our battles with ourselves. We have these mental battles. We want something followed by we can't have it. We want something followed by I'm not deserving of it. We want something followed by I didn't get it in the past, I won't get it in the future. These resistant thoughts really are all the no thoughts and all that. You can't have those thoughts that were given to us while we grew up. Now, fighting with those thoughts, you can't win the battle. You're trying to win battles with people from your past that live in your head. You cannot win those battles. You already lost those battles. You can't win them now. And so having arguments with yourself about whether you can or cannot have something or whether you are or are not worthy of something is a battle that you're having in your head from the past, and you get defeated every single time. The way out of resistance is to get the hell out of your head, because that's where resistance takes place, when we get into our head. What you want to focus on is what feels good, because that's what attracts good things. That's what you want to focus on. Focus more on your feelings than on your thoughts, because when you're focused on your thoughts, you get deep into your head and you feel great struggle, you feel great resistance, you feel great hopelessness, you feel great futility, and it's awful. I've been there a few times myself, several times actually, and I know most people have. But I also know that when you just get outside yourself, when you focus on, hey, I want to feel good, and then just start focusing on things that make you feel good, life works so much better. It is true, whatever you resist persists. What gets worse is that people resist their resistance. So that makes your resistance like 10,000 times stronger than it was. So when you notice you're resisting your resistance, you cannot win that battle by having a mental conversation about it. The only way you can get past resistance is by taking your focus off resistance and putting your focus on what makes you feel good. That's the opposite of resistance. That's called attraction. When you're focused on what makes you feel good, you're in the process of attracting good things to yourself. But you got to watch, because this resistance trap is insidious. It keeps on showing up time and time again, every single day, especially when you get into your head and try to deal with it logically. You cannot defeat resistance logically, in the sense that you can't have a conversation with it in your head and win, because you're really having conversations with all the people who said no to you in your past, even though they disguise themselves in your head as other kinds of voices. So again, the trick to getting out of resistance is very simple. Focus on what you do want. Focus on what makes you feel good. Focus on what makes you happy. Focus on what gives you joy. Focus on what makes you come alive. It may be taking a walk in the park. It may be taking a walk out in nature. It may be listening to music. It may be talking to certain friends. It may be reading certain kind of books. It's like whatever makes you feel good creates what I call the attraction vibes. And that's what you want. You always want to go to the vibe that makes you feel the best. Do not get into your head and have arguments with thoughts from your past, because that's what you're doing. When you're having arguments in your head, you're always having arguments with thoughts from your past that you did not win and you will not win today. Because once the argument was won in the past by, say, a parent or a teacher or a friend, it lives there forever. And your mind will bring it up as if it's a present moment thought, when really it's a thought from your past. And that's where all the resistance is. It comes from thoughts from your past, from you unwittingly, unconsciously, without thought, arguing with thoughts from your past that have disguised themselves as thoughts from your present. That's where resistance lives. It lives in your head. So the key to getting out of resistance is to focus on what makes you feel good. Like that last year's vacation or the next year's vacation, or being on the beach or being in the mountains or being on an airplane, whatever makes you feel good, or sitting there on a balcony on a cruise ship drinking a margarita, whatever makes you feel good. That's what will get you out of resistance, and that's what will attract the good things to you. This is Frederick Zappone, bringing you inspiration for the day. I will be talking to you soon. Have a great one.